In the heart of ancient Egypt, a silent sentinel stands against the sands of time. The Temple of Edfu, a monumental testament to the power of belief, beckons us to unravel its mysteries. Here, on the banks of the majestic Nile, the echoes of pharaohs and priests whisper through the ages. The Temple of Edfu is a journey through time, a portal to a world of gods and pharaohs. Join us now as we venture into the heart of this ancient marvel, peeling back the layers of time to reveal its secrets. Nestled on the west bank of the Nile, the Temple of Edfu enjoys a privileged location. This mighty river, the lifeblood of Egypt, was more than just a waterway. The Nile's annual floods, predictable and life-giving, were seen as a blessing from the gods. The ancient Egyptians believed that their pharaohs were divine intermediaries between the gods and humanity. The Temple of Edfu was one such temple, a beacon of devotion dedicated to the falcon-headed god Horus. The Egyptians carefully chose the temple's placement to align with significant celestial events. The Nile, a constant presence throughout Egyptian history, played a vital role in the construction and sustenance of the Temple of Edfu. The story of Edfu Temple begins with the echoes of Alexander the Great's conquests. After his death, the Ptolemaic kingdom, a dynasty of Greek origin, rose to rule over Egypt. Construction commenced in 237 BC during the reign of Ptolemy III. This period marked a fascinating fusion of cultures, evident in the temple's architecture, blending Egyptian design with Hellenistic influences. Imagine the scene. Thousands of labourers, skilled artisans and master craftsmen toiling under the scorching Egyptian sun. The temple, built entirely of sandstone, stands as a testament to their dedication and skill. The massive pylons, adorned with intricate reliefs, served as powerful symbols of royal authority and divine protection. Within the temple walls, a forest of towering columns leads to the inner sanctuaries. Every element was carefully planned to align with celestial events and honor the gods. As the Ptolemaic dynasty waned and the Roman Empire rose, the sands of time began to bury the Temple of Edfu. For centuries it lay dormant, its magnificent halls slowly filling with the desert's relentless embrace. In the 19th century, explorers and archaeologists turned their attention to the temple. French scholar Auguste Mariette initiated excavations in 1860. Buried beneath centuries of sand lay one of the best preserved temples in all of Egypt. The Temple of Edfu is a testament to one of ancient Egypt's most beloved deities, Horus, the falcon-headed god. Horus represented kingship, protection, sky and the sun. The Egyptians believed that Horus, with his keen eyesight, could see all that transpired on earth. To stand within the Temple of Edfu is to stand in the presence of Horus. Every pillar, every carving, every inscription whispers tales of his might and benevolence. Horus was intricately linked to the institution of pharaohship. The Egyptians believed that their rulers were the living embodiment of Horus on earth. The temple walls are adorned with scenes of Horus vanquishing his enemies, most notably Set, the god of chaos. These depictions served as a potent reminder that Horus, and by extension the pharaoh, was the protector of Egypt. The story of Horus is deeply intertwined with the Osiris myth. According to legend, Osiris was murdered by his jealous brother Set. Isis, Osiris's devoted wife, magically resurrected him long enough to conceive their son, Horus. Horus, as the son of Osiris, was the rightful heir to the throne of Egypt. The Temple of Edfu contains numerous depictions of the Osiris myth, highlighting its importance within the Egyptian religious landscape. The Temple of Edfu pulsed with life, its rhythms intertwined with the Nile and the celestial dance of the sun and stars. This was a sacred calendar etched in stone, marking the passage of time through elaborate festivals and rituals. One of the most important festivals celebrated at Edfu was the annual Good Union ceremony. This grand event involved a procession of priests carrying sacred statues of Horus from Edfu to the Temple of Hathor at Dendera. The daily life of the Temple of Edfu revolved around a complex series of rituals meticulously performed by the priests. These rituals were believed to be essential for the continued well-being of Egypt. The rituals often involved the presentation of offerings to the gods, ranging from simple gifts of food and drink to more elaborate offerings. The priests were also responsible for maintaining the temple's physical structure, ensuring its cleanliness, and performing regular repairs. At the very heart of the Temple of Edfu lay the sanctuary, the most sacred space within the complex. This was the dwelling place of the god, where his presence was believed to be most potent. Within the sanctuary stood the naos, a small shrine-like structure containing the cult statue of Horus. The sanctuary was a place of profound mystery, its rituals shrouded in secrecy. The walls of Edfu Temple whisper of Horus's epic struggle against darkness, the myth of Horus and Set. Set, the embodiment of chaos, murders his brother Osiris, god of the underworld. From this tragedy rises Horus, determined to avenge his father and restore balance to the universe. Their conflict is a cosmic battle for the very soul of Egypt. Every depiction of Horus triumphant reinforces the message of hope, that even in the face of darkness, light will ultimately prevail. The struggle between Horus and Set wasn't confined to the celestial realm, you see. It spilled over into the earthly domain, mirroring the very real challenges faced by the ancient Egyptians. They lived in a land of both abundance and harshness, where the Nile's life-giving floods could turn destructive, where neighbouring kingdoms posed constant threats. Imagine the anxieties of a people dependent on the Nile's fickle favour. A delayed flood could mean famine, a powerful storm could devastate crops. These natural occurrences weren't just bad luck, they were seen as manifestations of Set's chaotic influence, disrupting the order established by Horus. The pharaoh, as Horus's earthly representative, bore the immense responsibility of maintaining this order. He wasn't just a political leader, he was a warrior king, tasked with repelling invaders, ensuring justice within his kingdom, and performing rituals to appease the gods and maintain cosmic balance. This is why the temple walls are adorned with scenes of pharaohs smiting enemies, subduing wild animals, and making offerings to the gods. These aren't mere boasts of military prowess, they're symbolic reenactments of Horus's triumph over Set, a powerful reminder that even in the face of adversity, order will be restored. The myth of Horus and Set doesn't end in endless conflict, you see. It culminates in a satisfying resolution, one that resonated deeply with the ancient Egyptians and continues to hold meaning for us today. After a protracted struggle, often depicted in vivid detail within Edfu's inner sanctuaries, Horus emerges victorious. Imagine the collective sigh of relief, the sense of justice prevailing as Horus, through strength and cunning, vanquishes Set, banishing chaos and restoring his father to his rightful place in the underworld. This victory wasn't just a personal triumph, it was a cosmic reset, reaffirming the belief that order would always prevail. But the story doesn't end there. Horus, in a display of magnanimity and wisdom, doesn't seek to eradicate Set entirely. He recognizes that a degree of chaos is necessary for creation, for change, for the very cycle of life and death itself. Instead, he subjugates Set, binds him and integrates him into the cosmic order. This act of integration speaks volumes about the ancient Egyptians' understanding of the world. They recognized that life wasn't about absolutes, about good versus evil, but about balance, about finding harmony between opposing forces. It's a message as relevant today as it was millennia ago, a timeless reminder that true peace lies in embracing complexity and seeking reconciliation, not annihilation. The Temple of Edfu is an intricate puzzle box, its walls adorned with narratives, historical records and religious texts. Imagine ancient scribes meticulously applying sacred symbols to the temple walls. They were artists, historians and theologians, preserving knowledge for generations. The Edfu building texts provide detailed accounts of the temple's construction. The walls also feature hymns, prayers and mythological narratives. Each carving is a piece of a larger puzzle still being pieced together. For millennia, the Nile River, lifeblood of Egypt, flowed to Edfu Temple's doorstep. Imagine barges and pilgrims arriving, the air alive with activity. The Nile was integral to the temple, symbolizing life and renewal, but the Nile's course shifted eastward over centuries. Edfu Temple now stands inland, far from the river. This shift was a slow, almost imperceptible process. Today the Nile flows far from the temple, its waterfront a memory. Yet the fertile fields around Edfu still sustain the local community. The Nile's legacy endures, a link to the past. The Nile's shift reminds us of the transient nature of monuments. It speaks to the ever-changing dynamics between humanity and nature. Edfu Temple stands as a testament to human ingenuity and the enduring allure of the past. As the sun dips below the horizon, casting long shadows across the Temple of Edfu, we reflect on its enduring legacy. This isn't just a collection of ancient stones, but a testament to the human spirit's boundless capacity for belief and creativity. Imagine the countless lives touched by this sacred space, the pharaohs, priests and ordinary Egyptians. Their presence lingers still, echoing through the centuries, reminding us that we too are part of this ongoing human story. The Temple of Edfu stands as a beacon, beckoning us to look beyond our modern world. In understanding the past, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves. The Rosetta Stone is one of the most famous ancient artifacts in the world. The Rosetta Stone was rediscovered in July 1799 by French soldiers who were part of Napoleon Bonaparte's Egyptian campaign. They were tearing down an old wall at Fort Julian near the town of Rashid, or Rosetta, in the Nile Delta, when they unearthed the stone. It is a large stone slab, originally part of a larger stele made of granodiorite. This durable material has preserved the inscriptions remarkably well over the millennia. The stone is inscribed with a decree issued in 196 BC at Memphis, Egypt, in honor of the Ptolemaic king Ptolemy V Epiphanes. This decree was meant to affirm the royal cult of the young king and was a significant political document of its time. What makes the Rosetta Stone so special is that the decree is inscribed in 3 different scripts, a feature that has made it invaluable to linguists and historians. Hieroglyphs, the formal writing system of ancient Egypt, these intricate symbols were used primarily for religious texts and monumental inscriptions. Demotic script, a cursive script used in everyday life. This script was the common script of the people, used for daily transactions and record-keeping. And finally, ancient Greek. The presence of these 3 scripts is what ultimately allowed scholars to decipher hieroglyphs, which had been a mystery for centuries. News of the Rosetta Stone's discovery quickly spread throughout Europe, sparking a race among scholars to be the first to decipher the hieroglyphs. Among those who took up the challenge were Thomas Young, an English polymath, and Jean-François Champollion, a French philologist. Young made significant progress in deciphering the Demotic script, identifying several phonetic signs and correctly identifying the cartouche, or royal name ring, of Ptolemy. However, it was Champollion who would ultimately crack the code of hieroglyphs. The breakthrough came in 1822, when French scholar Jean-François Champollion announced that he had deciphered the hieroglyphs, opening up a new era of Egyptology. The Rosetta Stone thus stands as a testament to human curiosity and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Champollion built upon Young's work, using his knowledge of Coptic, the last stage of the ancient Egyptian language, to identify phonetic correspondences between the Greek and hieroglyphic texts. In 1822, he had a breakthrough when he realized that the hieroglyphic signs in Ptolemy's cartouche represented the sounds of his name in Greek. This discovery revolutionized our understanding of hieroglyphs, demonstrating that they were not simply pictographs or ideograms, but a complex system of writing that included phonetic elements. Champollion's work laid the foundation for the modern study of ancient Egyptian language and culture. The decipherment of hieroglyphs had a profound impact on our understanding of ancient Egypt. It allowed scholars to read the countless inscriptions and texts that had previously been indecipherable, opening up a vast new window into Egyptian history, religion, and culture. We now know much more about the daily lives of the ancient Egyptians, their beliefs and practices, and their interactions with other cultures. The Rosetta Stone, therefore, played a pivotal role in unlocking the secrets of one of the world's oldest civilizations. The Rosetta Stone, a granodiorite stele inscribed with a decree issued in Memphis, Egypt, in 196 BC, has a fascinating history that spans centuries and continents. Following Napoleon's defeat in Egypt in 1801, the Rosetta Stone, along with other antiquities collected by the French, became the property of the British under the terms of the Treaty of Alexandria. This treaty marked a significant moment in history, as it not only ended the French campaign in Egypt, but also transferred a wealth of knowledge and artifacts to British hands. The stone was transported to England and presented to King George III, who donated it to the British Museum in 1802. The journey of the Rosetta Stone from Egypt to England was a monumental task, involving careful planning and execution to ensure its safe arrival. Upon its arrival, it was immediately recognized for its potential to unlock the secrets of ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. The Rosetta Stone has been on display at the British Museum ever since, becoming one of its most popular exhibits. Its presence has not only attracted scholars and historians, but also inspired countless visitors to delve into the mysteries of ancient civilizations. The stone's inscriptions, written in 3 scripts, Greek, Demotic, and hieroglyphic, provided the key to deciphering Egyptian hieroglyphs, a breakthrough that revolutionized our understanding of ancient Egypt. Millions of visitors from around the world flock to see the stone each year, marveling at its historical significance. The Rosetta Stone stands as a testament to human curiosity and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Its journey from the sands of Egypt to the halls of the British Museum is a story of cultural exchange, discovery, and the enduring legacy of ancient civilizations. The Rosetta Stone's legacy extends far beyond its physical presence in the British Museum. Its discovery and decipherment sparked a renewed interest in ancient Egypt, leading to countless archaeological excavations and scholarly studies. The stone has become an iconic symbol of our ability to unlock the mysteries of the past. It serves as a reminder of the importance of preserving cultural heritage and the power of human ingenuity. The Rosetta Stone's fame has transcended academia, becoming a popular cultural icon. Its image has been used in countless books, films, television shows, and video games. The phrase Rosetta Stone has even entered the English lexicon as a metaphor for anything that holds the key to understanding a complex problem or mystery. The Rosetta Stone is more than just a stone slab with inscriptions. It is a key that unlocked the secrets of ancient Egypt, a civilization that flourished thousands of years ago along the banks of the Nile River. It is a tangible link to one of the world's oldest civilizations, a bridge connecting us to a time when pharaohs ruled and monumental pyramids were constructed. The Rosetta Stone is a testament to the enduring power of language, showcasing the intricate hieroglyphics that once conveyed the stories, laws, and beliefs of an ancient people. It stands as a symbol of our insatiable curiosity about the past, driving scholars and archaeologists to uncover the mysteries that lie beneath the sands of time. Its discovery and decipherment revolutionized our understanding of ancient Egypt, providing the key to translating hieroglyphics and opening up a vast new window into a world that had long been shrouded in mystery. This newfound knowledge allowed us to piece together the history, culture, and daily life of a civilization that had been lost to the ages, revealing the grandeur and complexity of ancient Egyptian society. The Rosetta Stone continues to captivate and inspire us today, drawing visitors from around the world to marvel at its inscriptions and the stories they tell. It serves as a reminder of the enduring power of human curiosity, the drive to explore, learn, and understand our past. The importance of preserving our shared cultural heritage cannot be overstated, as it connects us to our roots and helps us understand the journey of humanity through the ages. The Rosetta Stone is a beacon of this heritage, a timeless artifact that continues to illuminate the path of discovery. The Nile, lifeblood of ancient Egypt, its waters a source of sustenance, its rhythm a heartbeat echoing through the ages. For the ancient Egyptians, life was a tapestry woven with music and motion, dance an inseparable part of their world. From grand ceremonies to intimate gatherings, dance punctuated their existence. A celebration of life, a bridge to the divine. Imagine the sun-drenched land thousands of years ago. Hear the echoes of drums and flutes carried on the desert breeze. Picture the vibrant colours, the swirling fabrics, the rhythmic movements of dancers. This was ancient Egypt, a civilization that embraced dance in all its forms. Dance was not merely entertainment, it was a language, a way to communicate with the gods, to honour their pharaohs, to express joy and sorrow. It was woven into the very fabric of their society, a testament to their deep connection with the rhythms of life and the cosmos. The walls of ancient Egyptian tombs and temples whisper stories. Stories told not just in hieroglyphs and carvings, but in vibrant images of dancers. These paintings, frozen moments in time, offer a glimpse into the past. They capture the grace, the athleticism, and the sheer joy of dance in ancient Egypt. Look closely at the murals. Notice the elegant postures of the dancers, their limbs contorted in seemingly impossible positions. See the energy radiating from their bodies, the smiles on their faces. These images are not mere decorations. They are snapshots of a culture that lived and breathed dance. The tombs of the nobles are particularly revealing. Here, scenes of daily life unfold, including depictions of dancers entertaining at banquets. These images show us that dance was not just for rituals and ceremonies, it was also a part of everyday life, a source of pleasure and amusement. The evidence is clear. Dance was ubiquitous in ancient Egypt, permeating every level of society. From the pharaoh to the peasant, everyone danced. In the ancient Egyptian worldview, dance held cosmic significance. It was believed to have played a role in the creation of the universe. The god Osiris, often depicted as a mummified king, was also a god of vegetation and rebirth. His annual festival included dances that celebrated the cycle of life, death, and resurrection. Pharaohs used dance to assert their authority and connect with the divine. They performed rituals and dances to reinforce their status as intermediaries. These performances were grand spectacles designed to inspire awe. The said festival was a jubilee celebration performed by pharaohs after 30 years of rule. It included rituals and dances to rejuvenate the pharaoh's strength. Dance was a powerful tool to connect with the divine and ensure cosmic order. Who were these dancers who moved with such grace and precision? They came from all walks of life. Some were priests and priestesses trained from childhood to perform sacred rituals. Others were professional entertainers hired to perform at banquets and festivals. Among the most skilled and revered dancers were the women of the House of Music. These women, often attached to temples, dedicated their lives to music and dance. They were highly trained musicians, singers and dancers, and their performances were considered to be offerings to the gods. There were also specialized dancers, such as the Mu dancers, who performed acrobatic dances, and the dwarf dancers, who were often employed by the wealthy for their entertainment value. Regardless of their status, all dancers played an important role in Egyptian society, using their bodies and movements to connect with the divine, to entertain, and to tell stories. The ancient Egyptians were masters of adornment, and dance costumes were no exception. From the simplest linen kilts to elaborate headdresses and jewellery, dancers adorned themselves in ways that enhanced their movements and added to the visual spectacle. Female dancers often wore long, flowing dresses made of sheer linen. These dresses, sometimes pleated or draped, allowed for freedom of movement while still revealing the contours of the body. They might also wear beaded nets or vests over their dresses, adding another layer of texture and sparkle. Headdresses were an important part of the costume, often signifying the dancer's role or status. Some dancers wore simple wreaths of flowers, while others donned elaborate headdresses made of feathers, beads, and precious metals. These headdresses, some reaching several feet in height, would have swayed and shimmered with the dancer's every move. Dancers also wore jewellery, both real and costume. Necklaces, earrings, bracelets, and anklets all added to the visual impact of the performance. The jingle of these ornaments provided a rhythmic accompaniment to the music and enhanced the dancer's movements. No discussion of ancient Egyptian dance would be complete without mentioning the music. Music and dance were inseparable, each enhancing and complementing the other. The ancient Egyptians had a rich musical tradition, and their instruments were as varied as their dances. Percussion instruments played a central role, providing the driving rhythms that fueled the dances. Drums of various sizes and shapes were essential. Some were played with the hands, others with sticks. Clappers, cymbals, and sistrums, a type of rattle, added to the percussive texture. Wind instruments such as flutes, oboes, and clarinets provided melodies and harmonies. The flute, in particular, was a popular instrument, its haunting sound evocative of both joy and sorrow. String instruments such as harps, lyres, and lutes added depth and richness to the music. Imagine the sound of these instruments combined with the rhythmic clapping and chanting of the audience. The music would have been both exhilarating and hypnotic, transporting the dancers and viewers alike to another realm. Dance in ancient Egypt was not limited to religious rituals and funerary rites. It was also an integral part of celebrations, festivals, and everyday life. Dances were performed to celebrate births, marriages, harvests, and victories in battle. One of the most important festivals was the annual flooding of the Nile. This event, upon which all life in Egypt depended, was celebrated with great joy and abandon. Dances were performed to honor Hapi, the god of the Nile, and to ensure a bountiful harvest. Fertility dances, often performed by women, were another important genre. These dances, meant to ensure the continuation of life and the prosperity of the land, were characterized by their sensuality and earthiness. They often involved gestures and movements that mimicked the act of procreation. These celebratory dances, filled with joy, energy, and a zest for life, remind us that the ancient Egyptians, while deeply spiritual, also knew how to have fun. Death for the ancient Egyptians was not an end but a transition. It was a journey to the afterlife, a realm where the deceased would live on in spirit form. Dance played a crucial role in these funerary rituals, helping to guide the deceased on their journey and to ensure their safe passage to the underworld. Mourners often performed dances expressing grief and lamenting the loss of their loved ones. These dances, slow and mournful, were often accompanied by the wailing of mourners and the playing of flutes. Other dances, performed by priests and priestesses, were intended to appease the gods and to ensure the deceased's safe passage to the afterlife. These dances were often highly ritualized, involving specific steps, gestures, and incantations. One of the most important funerary rituals was the opening of the mouth ceremony. This ritual, intended to restore the deceased's senses and allow them to eat, drink, and speak in the afterlife, involved a series of symbolic gestures, including the use of a ritual adze to touch the mouth of the deceased's mummy or statue. The sands of time have buried much of ancient Egyptian civilization, yet the echoes of their dances still resonate. We find them in the graceful movements of belly dance, a dance form with roots in ancient Egyptian rituals and traditions. The undulating torso, the fluid arm movements, the emphasis on feminine grace and sensuality. These elements of belly dance can be traced back to the dances depicted in ancient Egyptian art. While the exact steps and movements have evolved over the centuries, the essence of ancient Egyptian dance lives on. The influence of ancient Egyptian dance can also be seen in other art forms, from the stylized movements of Egyptian folk dances to the choreography of modern ballets and operas inspired by ancient Egyptian themes. Dance in ancient Egypt was more than just entertainment. It was a way of life, a language, a bridge to the divine. Through dance, the ancient Egyptians expressed their deepest beliefs and connected with the rhythms of the cosmos. The legacy of ancient Egyptian dance lives on in the images carved on tombs and temples. As we gaze upon the pyramids and temples, let us remember the dances that once animated these spaces. Let us marvel at the enduring power of dance to connect us to the past. Giovanni Battista Belzoni was a man of extraordinary strength and even greater ambition. His life was a testament to the power of determination and the pursuit of one's passions. Born in Padua, Italy in 1778, he towered over most at 6 feet 7 inches tall. His imposing stature was matched only by his larger-than-life personality and unyielding drive. Belzoni's early life was a colourful tapestry of adventure and enterprise. From a young age, he was fascinated by the world around him and sought to make his mark in it. He trained as a monk but felt drawn to a different path, The monastic life, with its quiet contemplation, could not contain his restless spirit. Europe in the late 18th century was in turmoil. The continent was a hotbed of political upheaval and social change, providing a backdrop for Belzoni's own transformations. Belzoni travelled widely, reinventing himself as a strong man in a travelling circus. His performances were not just about brute strength, they were a showcase of his ingenuity and showmanship. He captivated audiences with feats of strength and hydraulic inventions. His innovative spirit led him to create devices that amazed and entertained people across Europe. Yet his curious mind craved more. The life of a performer, though thrilling, was not enough to satisfy his intellectual hunger. Fate intervened when Belzoni found himself in Egypt in 1815. The allure of the ancient land, with its rich history and enigmatic monuments, was irresistible to him. The land of the pharaohs, with its ancient mysteries, called to him. It was a place where he could combine his physical prowess with his intellectual curiosity. Little did he know he was about to embark on a journey that would change his life and the course of archaeology forever. His adventures in Egypt would lead to discoveries that would astonish the world. Belzoni's name would soon be synonymous with some of the most remarkable discoveries in Egyptian history. His legacy as a pioneering explorer and archaeologist would endure for generations to come. Egypt in the early 19th century was a land of opportunity for those with a thirst for discovery. Napoleon's expedition had rekindled Europe's fascination with ancient Egypt. The race was on to uncover its treasures. Belzoni, with his towering physique and unwavering determination, was perfectly suited for the task. He quickly became involved in the competitive world of antiquities hunting. He secured patronage from the British consul, Henry Salt, who recognized his potential. His first major assignment was to acquire a colossal bust of Rameses II. This 7-ton relic, known as Young Memnon, lay abandoned near the Ramesseum at Thebes. Transporting this behemoth seemed an impossible feat. Yet Belzoni, with his engineering skills and sheer willpower, was undeterred. Moving the 7-ton bust of Rameses II was a logistical nightmare, a challenge that tested the limits of early 19th century engineering and human endurance. The scorching desert heat, the lack of proper roads, and the sheer size of the statue presented formidable obstacles. The harsh environment was unforgiving, with temperatures soaring and the terrain offering no mercy. But Belzoni, with his characteristic ingenuity, devised a plan. His background as a circus strongman and engineer gave him unique insights into overcoming such monumental challenges. He assembled a team of hundreds of Egyptian labourers, each playing a crucial role in this Herculean task. They used palm tree trunks as rollers and levers to inch the massive bust forward. This method, though primitive, was effective in distributing the weight and making the statue movable. The operation took months of back-breaking work under the relentless Egyptian sun. The labourers toiled day and night, driven by the vision of completing this extraordinary task. Finally, against all odds, Belzoni succeeded in transporting the colossal bust to the Nile. This was a moment of triumph, a testament to human perseverance and ingenuity. From there it journeyed by boat to Alexandria and eventually to its final destination, the British Museum in London. The journey by water was no less challenging, requiring careful navigation and handling. This remarkable feat of engineering and determination cemented Belzoni's reputation as a legend in the field of archaeology. His success not only brought the bust to a global audience, but also highlighted the incredible achievements of ancient and modern engineering. Belzoni's exploits were far from over. His adventures in Egypt had only just begun, and he was determined to uncover more of its hidden treasures. In 1817, he set his sights on Nubia, a region in southern Egypt renowned for its ancient temples. This area, rich in history and mystery, called to him like a siren's song. His mission to locate and excavate the Temple of Abu Simbel. This was no ordinary task. It was a quest that required both courage and ingenuity. This temple, carved into a sandstone cliff, was said to be buried beneath the desert sands. Legends spoke of its grandeur, hidden away for centuries. Guided by local stories and his own intuition, Belzoni found the temple's entrance, half submerged in sand. It was a moment of triumph. But the real work was just beginning. The task of clearing the entrance was monumental. The sheer volume of sand that had to be removed was staggering. Once again, Belzoni rallied a team of workers. These men, driven by the promise of discovery, worked under the scorching sun. They laboured tirelessly, removing tons of sand by hand. Each shovelful brought them closer to unveiling the ancient marvel. Finally, the entrance to the temple, adorned with colossal statues of Ramesses II, was revealed. These statues, standing guard for millennia, were a sight to behold. Belzoni's discovery of Abu Simbel was a sensation. News of the find spread quickly, capturing the imagination of people around the world. It offered the world a glimpse into the grandeur and power of the ancient Egyptian civilization. The Temple of Abu Simbel became a symbol of the enduring legacy of Egypt's past. Belzoni's most celebrated discovery, however, awaited him in the Valley of the Kings. In 1817, he stumbled upon a hidden tomb. It belonged to Seti I, father of Ramesses II. The tomb, untouched for millennia, was a treasure trove of ancient art and history. Its walls were adorned with vibrant paintings depicting scenes from Egyptian mythology. The colours were as fresh as the day they were painted. Belzoni meticulously documented his findings. He created detailed drawings and took plaster casts of the tomb's decorations. He understood the importance of preserving this fragile record of the past. His work in the tomb of Seti I set a new standard for archaeological documentation. Belzoni's thirst for knowledge led him to explore the most iconic monuments of Egypt, the pyramids of Giza. In 1818, he turned his attention to the Pyramid of Khafra. This pyramid, the second largest at Giza, had never been successfully explored. Undeterred by the dangers and difficulties, Belzoni discovered a hidden passage. He bravely entered the pyramid's depths. After weeks of painstaking effort, he reached the burial chamber. The chamber, however, was empty. It had been looted in antiquity. Despite the disappointment, Belzoni's achievement was remarkable. He was the first person in centuries to penetrate the secrets of Khafra's pyramid. Belzoni's adventures were not confined to Egypt. He explored the ancient city of Thebes, searching for the lost oasis of Siwa. He ventured into the heart of the Sahara Desert. He braved treacherous journeys and faced countless dangers, all in the name of exploration and discovery. His travels took him beyond Egypt, to the Red Sea, and even across the Atlantic to the Americas. Belzoni's life was a testament to the power of human curiosity and the allure of the unknown. His explorations, documented in his journals and drawings, provided invaluable insights into the geography, history and cultures of the regions he visited. Belzoni's work extended far beyond the realm of archaeology. He was a true pioneer, pushing the boundaries of human knowledge and experience. Tragically, Belzoni's adventurous life was cut short. He died in 1823 at the age of 45 from dysentery while on an expedition in West Africa. Despite his untimely death, Giovanni Belzoni left an indelible mark on the world. His discoveries in Egypt captivated the public imagination. He brought to light some of the most iconic treasures of ancient Egypt. His meticulous documentation of his findings set a new standard for archaeological practice. Belzoni's legacy extends beyond his individual discoveries. He helped to ignite a passion for Egyptology that continues to this day. His story serves as a reminder of the power of human curiosity and the importance of preserving our shared cultural heritage. Giovanni Belzoni lived in a time of great change and discovery. The world was opening up. Explorers like Belzoni were at the forefront, pushing the boundaries of human knowledge. His life and work offer us a fascinating glimpse into the past. They remind us of the importance of exploration, the thrill of discovery, and the enduring power of human curiosity. Belzoni's story is a testament to the enduring allure of ancient Egypt. It is a land of mystery and wonder. It continues to captivate and inspire us centuries after Belzoni first set foot on its shores. His legacy lives on, not just in the museums that house his discoveries, but in the hearts and minds of all who are drawn to the mysteries of the past. Deep in the heart of Nubia, where the Nile River flows through the sands of time, lies a land steeped in history and mystery. This ancient region, with its vast deserts and fertile riverbanks, has been a cradle of civilization for millennia. Here stand the colossal temples of Abu Simbel, a marvel of ancient engineering and artistry. These towering monuments, carved directly into the sandstone cliffs, are guarded by 4 colossal statues of Ramesses II. Each statue, with its intricate details and imposing presence, tells the story of a time when pharaohs ruled with divine authority. Their imposing figures, each reaching over 65 feet in height, have captivated travelers and explorers for centuries. These statues are not just stone carvings, they are a testament to the grandeur and ambition of ancient Egypt. Abu Simbel is more than just a temple complex. It's a testament to the power and ambition of one of ancient Egypt's most celebrated pharaohs. The walls of the temples are adorned with intricate hieroglyphics and carvings that depict the might and achievements of Ramesses II. The temple's location was strategically chosen. Nestled on the border between Egypt and Nubia, it served as a sentinel, watching over the lands and resources that were vital to the kingdom's prosperity. It sits on the border between Egypt and Nubia, a region rich in gold and other resources. The Nile River, flowing serenely nearby, was a lifeline, providing water, transportation and sustenance to the people of this ancient land. The imposing facade served as a powerful statement to any who dared to enter Egypt's southern frontier. It was a declaration of strength and a warning to potential invaders. It declared the might and authority of Ramesses II, reminding all of his dominion over these lands. The inscriptions and carvings are not just decorative, they are a chronicle of a ruler's legacy, etched in stone for eternity. As the sun sets over Abu Simbel, casting long shadows over the statues, one can't help but feel a sense of awe. The guardians of Nubia stand as silent sentinels, watching over the land and its people, a reminder of a glorious past that continues to inspire and captivate. Under the starlit sky, the temples of Abu Simbel come alive with a mystical glow. The guardians of Nubia, bathed in the soft light, seem almost ethereal, as if whispering the secrets of the ages to those who listen. Visitors from around the world come to witness this marvel, their faces reflecting the wonder and admiration that these ancient guardians inspire. The legacy of Ramesses II and the grandeur of Abu Simbel continue to leave an indelible mark on all who behold them. Ramesses II, who reigned from 1279 to 1213 BC, is considered one of Egypt's greatest pharaohs. His reign was marked by ambitious building projects, military campaigns, and a flourishing of art and culture. Abu Simbel, his most impressive architectural achievement, was intended to immortalize his legacy and honor the gods of ancient Egypt. Over time, the sands of the desert swallowed Abu Simbel. The temples lay forgotten for centuries, their existence known only through local legends. Then, in 1813, Swiss explorer Johann Ludwig Burckhardt stumbled upon the site. He was captivated by the sight of the colossal statues peeking out from beneath the sand. A monumental rescue, the Great Relocation. In the 1960s, the construction of the Aswan High Dam posed a significant threat to Abu Simbel. The rising waters of Lake Nasser, the reservoir created by the dam, would have submerged the temples entirely.
To save this ancient wonder, UNESCO launched an unprecedented international rescue operation. The temples were carefully cut into massive blocks, each weighing between 20 and 30 tons. These blocks were then transported and reassembled on higher ground 200 feet above the original site.
The relocation was a remarkable feat of engineering and international cooperation, ensuring the preservation of Abu Simbel for generations to come. The temples of Abu Simbel are not just architectural marvels, they are a testament to the grandeur and ambition of ancient Egyptian civilization. Nestled on the western bank of Lake Nasser, these temples have stood the test of time, witnessing the rise and fall of empires. Abu Simbel consists of two temples. These monumental structures were originally carved out of the mountainside during the reign of Pharaoh Ramesses II in the 13th century BC. They were intended to demonstrate the power and divine nature of the pharaoh. The larger temple, the Great Temple, is dedicated to Ramesses II himself, as well as the gods Amun, Ra-Horakhti and Ptah. The facade of the Great Temple is dominated by four colossal statues of Ramesses II, each standing over 20 meters tall, gazing out across the desert. The interior is a labyrinth of halls and chambers adorned with intricate reliefs and towering statues. These halls were designed to impress and inspire awe, with every surface covered in detailed carvings that tell the story of Ramesses II's reign and his divine right to rule.
The small temple, is dedicated to Ramesses II's beloved wife, Queen Nefertari, and the goddess Hathor. This temple is equally impressive, with its own set of statues and carvings that celebrate the queen's beauty and grace. The walls of both temples are covered in detailed carvings. These carvings are not just decorative, they are a visual record of the beliefs, achievements, and daily life of the ancient Egyptians. These carvings depict scenes from Ramesses II's reign, including his military victories, religious ceremonies, and family life. They provide a glimpse into the world of ancient Egypt, showing us the pharaoh's prowess in battle, his devotion to the gods, and his role as a family man.
The vibrant colours, miraculously preserved for millennia, bring these ancient stories to life. The hues of red, blue, yellow and green are as vivid today as they were thousands of years ago, allowing us to connect with the past in a way that words alone cannot convey. As we explore these temples, we are not just looking at stone and paint. We are stepping into a world that has been carefully crafted to honour the gods and immortalise the legacy of one of Egypt's greatest pharaohs. One of the most remarkable features of Abu Simbel is its astronomical alignment. Twice a year, on February 22nd and October 22nd, the rising sun penetrates the Great Temple's inner sanctuary. The sunlight illuminates the statues of Ramesses II and the gods Amun and Ra-Horakhti, bathing them in a golden glow. This phenomenon, a testament to the ancient Egyptians' advanced understanding of astronomy, is believed to have coincided with significant events in Ramesses II's reign, such as his coronation or the start of the harvest season. The story of Abu Simbel is one of survival against all odds. Over the millennia, the temples have withstood the ravages of time, including natural disasters such as sandstorms and earthquakes. Yet they have remained remarkably well preserved, a testament to the skill and dedication of the ancient builders. From its creation by a powerful pharaoh to its rediscovery by intrepid explorers and its ultimate relocation to escape the rising waters, the history of Abu Simbel is a tale of human ingenuity and perseverance. The temples are a source of inspiration, reminding us of the incredible achievements of the past and the importance of preserving our cultural heritage. It serves as a powerful reminder of the enduring legacy of ancient Egypt and the importance of preserving our shared cultural heritage for generations to come. The ongoing preservation efforts at Abu Simbel ensure that this remarkable site will continue to inspire and educate people for many years to come. As we look to the future, we must remain committed to protecting and celebrating the rich history and cultural achievements of our ancestors. Welcome to ancient Egypt, a land of breathtaking pyramids, mystical deities, and unparalleled innovation. But beyond the monuments and mythology lies a fascinating story of how the ancient Egyptians maintained their health and nourished their bodies. Wellness was not just a personal endeavor, but a cultural cornerstone, deeply intertwined with their spiritual beliefs and daily practices. Join us as we explore the remarkable world of Egyptian medicine and diets, uncovering the secrets of their holistic approach to well-being. The ancient Egyptians were pioneers of medicine, combining natural remedies with spiritual practices. Their medical knowledge evolved over millennia, influenced by their observations of nature and the human body. They documented their knowledge in papyri, such as the Ebers papyrus, which contains over 700 remedies and treatments, showcasing their extensive understanding of medicinal plants and their applications. The Edwin Smith Papyrus, one of the earliest known surgical manuals, highlights their advanced surgical techniques and anatomical knowledge. These texts reveal an intricate understanding of the human body and diseases developed through centuries of practice and study. Temples dedicated to Imhotep were not only places of worship, but also centers for healing, reflecting the integration of medicine and religion in their culture. These sanctuaries offered treatments that combined prayers, rituals, and practical remedies, evolving into sophisticated centers of medical practice. This holistic approach to health, balancing the physical and spiritual realms, was a cornerstone of ancient Egyptian medicine, influencing practices for generations. The ancient Egyptians relied on the natural world for healing. Honey was prized for its antiseptic properties and used to treat wounds, while garlic was a common remedy for heart health and stamina. Willow bark, a natural source of salicylic acid, was used to alleviate pain, foreshadowing the development of aspirin thousands of years later. They also excelled in treating physical injuries. Splints made from reeds and bandages soaked in medicinal oils were used to set fractures. For infections, they employed antiseptic poultices made of resin, honey, and even copper salts, which have antibacterial properties. Dental health was a significant concern. The Egyptians used tooth powders made from crushed eggshells and ash to clean their teeth, though they faced challenges due to the abrasive nature of their bread, which wore down enamel over time. Aloe vera was another versatile remedy, used to soothe skin irritations and burns. Poppy seeds were utilized for their sedative properties, helping to relieve pain and induce sleep. Juniper berries and their oil were used to treat digestive issues and as a diuretic. Castor oil was a common laxative, aiding in digestive health and relieving constipation. A balanced diet was central to Egyptian life. Bread and beer were staples, providing carbohydrates and essential nutrients. Bread was made from emmer wheat or barley, and beer was brewed from the same grains, sometimes flavored with dates or herbs for added nutrition. Their meals included vegetables such as onions, leeks and garlic, which were rich in vitamins and believed to have medicinal benefits. Fruits like figs, dates and melons were common, adding natural sweetness and essential hydration to their diet. Fish from the Nile was an important protein source, supplemented by poultry and eggs. While red meat was reserved for the wealthy or special occasions, ordinary Egyptians had access to lentils, chickpeas and other legumes for protein. Their reliance on whole grains made their diet high in fiber, which supported digestive health. However, the sand and grit from grinding flour often led to severe dental wear, causing pain and infections. Nuts and seeds such as almonds, sesame seeds and flax seeds were also part of their diet, providing healthy fats and additional protein. Dairy products like cheese and milk were consumed, offering calcium and other essential nutrients for bone health. Herbs and spices, including coriander, cumin and fenugreek, were used to flavor their food and were believed to have health benefits. Honey was a natural sweetener and was also used for its medicinal properties, adding both flavor and health benefits to their diet. The Nile River was the heart of Egyptian life. Its annual floods brought fertile silt, making agriculture possible. Crops like wheat, barley, flax and vegetables thrived along its banks, ensuring a steady food supply. The river also provided medicinal resources. Papyrus was not only used for writing, but also as material for wound dressings. Plants like lotus flowers and water reeds were incorporated into remedies for ailments, ranging from skin conditions to digestive disorders. The cycle of planting and harvesting was closely tied to the Nile's rhythm. This abundance allowed the Egyptians to experiment with a wide range of ingredients for both sustenance and healing. The Nile was also a vital source of fish, which was a key protein in the Egyptian diet. Advanced irrigation techniques allowed Egyptians to maximize their agricultural output. Medical knowledge was often recorded on papyrus, ensuring the transmission of healing practices across generations. The legacy of ancient Egyptian wellness lives on. Many of their remedies, like honey for wounds and herbal teas for digestion, are still valued today. Modern herbal medicine and essential oils also draw from ancient practices. Their understanding of nutrition and the connection between diet and health was far ahead of its time. Today's Mediterranean diet and healthy eating trends echo their principles. Their approach to wellness reflected their reverence for balance, or ma'at, the harmony that governed all aspects of life. This balance is mirrored in modern wellness practices like yoga and meditation. From the food they ate to the medicines they crafted, the ancient Egyptians demonstrated a profound connection to the world around them. This connection continues in today's natural remedies and farm-to-table movements. Beyond their renowned remedies and diet, the ancient Egyptians also practiced surgery with remarkable skill. They employed a variety of tools such as scalpels, forceps and probes, many of which have been discovered in tombs, showcasing their advanced understanding of medical procedures. Surgical techniques included trepanation, where holes were drilled into the skull to treat head injuries or illnesses, and the use of sutures made from plant fibers or animal sinews to close wounds. The Edwin Smith Papyrus, a medical text dating back to around 1600 BCE, provides detailed descriptions of these procedures, highlighting the Egyptians' systematic approach to surgery. They also practiced dentistry, extracting teeth and treating dental abscesses with precision. The combination of surgical skill and their vast knowledge of medicinal plants allowed them to perform complex procedures while minimizing pain and infection risks. The ancient Egyptians' contributions to surgery laid the groundwork for future medical advancements, demonstrating their ingenuity and dedication to the well-being of their people. In summary, the ancient Egyptians excelled in various aspects of wellness, from their innovative surgical practices and advanced medical tools to their comprehensive understanding of medicinal plants and balanced diets. Their holistic approach to health and medicine not only ensured the well-being of their people, but also laid a strong foundation for future generations to build upon. In ancient Egypt, medicine was deeply intertwined with magic and religion. Illnesses were believed to be caused by supernatural forces, requiring both medical knowledge and spiritual intervention. Priests, skilled healers, performed rituals to appease gods and expel spirits. Sekhmet, the lion-headed goddess, was revered in medicine. Her priests channeled her power through elaborate ceremonies. Thoth, god of wisdom, bestowed medical knowledge. Amulets and charms protected and aided recovery. Inscribed with sacred texts, they invoked divine protection. The Ebers papyrus blends spells and medical treatments. The heart was seen as the center of thought and health. During mummification, the heart was carefully preserved. Magic and religion ensured holistic well-being. This integration highlights the complexity of ancient Egyptian society and their understanding of the human condition. The diet in ancient Egypt varied significantly between social classes, reflecting wealth and status. The wealthy enjoyed diverse meals with meats, fish, fruits and vegetables. Bread and beer were staples, but quality varied by class. Commoners had simpler diets, mainly bread, beer and vegetables. Meat was a rare luxury for the working class. The Nile's bounty ensured basic foodstuffs for all. Feasts showcased wealth and reinforced social bonds. Food was a marker of status and cultural expression. Ancient Egyptian medicine was advanced and profoundly influential on later civilizations. Their knowledge of herbal remedies, surgical techniques and holistic health laid the groundwork for future practices. The Greeks adopted many Egyptian practices, integrating them into their own medical theories. Hippocrates drew inspiration from Egyptian medical texts. The Romans expanded upon Egyptian medical knowledge. Galen referenced Egyptian practices in his works. Egyptian medical papyri influenced both the ancient world and Renaissance scholars. Their emphasis on mind, body and spirit echoes in modern holistic medicine. The legacy of ancient Egyptian medicine continues to inspire contemporary practices. Understanding their influence provides a broader perspective on medical evolution. It highlights the importance of preserving and learning from ancient wisdom. Thank you for joining us on this journey into their remarkable world. Stay tuned for more explorations of the past. Explore more about ancient Egypt in our next episode. Like, share and subscribe to delve deeper into the mysteries of history. Abydos. The very name evokes a sense of mystery and ancient power, a place where history and myth intertwine. Located on the west bank of the Nile in Upper Egypt, Abydos is one of the oldest and most important archaeological sites in all of Egypt, a cradle of civilization. For millennia, Abydos has been a place of pilgrimage, a sacred ground where ancient Egyptians came to honor their gods and seek a connection to the afterlife. Abydos was more than just a city. It was a symbol of the eternal cycle of life, death and resurrection, a testament to the beliefs of an ancient people. Even today, standing among the ruins of its temples and tombs, one can feel the weight of history and the echoes of a civilization long gone, yet still present in spirit. For it was here, in the sands of Abydos, that the story of ancient Egypt began to unfold, a story that continues to captivate the world. Here, pharaohs were laid to rest, their tombs filled with treasures and offerings for the afterlife, ensuring their journey to eternity. And it was here that the cult of Osiris, god of the underworld and rebirth, took root and flourished, shaping the spiritual landscape of ancient Egypt. Abydos was never truly abandoned, its spiritual significance enduring through the ages. Even after its political and economic power waned, it remained a sacred site, a place where pilgrims continued to come to pay homage to Osiris and pray for his blessings, a tradition that persists to this day. Over the centuries, the sands of the desert slowly encroached upon the city, burying its temples and tombs beneath their protective embrace, preserving them for future generations. But the legacy of Abydos lived on, preserved in the myths and legends passed down through generations of Egyptians, a testament to its enduring influence. It was not until the 19th century that archaeologists began to excavate the ruins of Abydos, uncovering its secrets and revealing the splendor of this once great city, a city that had been lost to time. Today, Abydos is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, its temples and tombs a testament to the ingenuity, artistry and enduring beliefs of the ancient Egyptians, a legacy that continues to inspire awe and wonder. Abydos first rose to prominence in the pre-dynastic period around 3100 BC, when Egypt was in its infancy, a time when the foundations of one of the world's greatest civilizations were being laid. It was during this time that the first pharaohs, rulers who united Upper and Lower Egypt under their rule, chose Abydos as their final resting place, marking it as a site of immense importance. They constructed elaborate tombs known as mastabas, which were rectangular structures with flat roofs and sloping sides, built of mud brick and often decorated with colourful paintings and intricate reliefs. These early tombs were not just places of burial, but also symbols of power and authority, reflecting the pharaoh's divine status. They were filled with grave goods, including pottery, jewellery, weapons and even boats, intended to accompany the deceased into the afterlife, ensuring they had everything they needed for their journey. The tombs at Abydos provide us with invaluable insights into the beliefs, rituals and social structures of these early Egyptians, offering a window into their world. One of the most significant discoveries at Abydos was the tomb of King Jer, one of the earliest pharaohs of the First Dynasty, whose reign marked a pivotal moment in Egyptian history. Jer's tomb was a large and impressive structure surrounded by subsidiary graves for his family and retainers, indicating his high status and the reverence in which he was held. Inside the tomb, archaeologists discovered fragments of Jer's funerary equipment, including a fragment of his arm, which had been ripped off and placed in a separate box, a practice that remains a mystery. The presence of such elaborate tombs at Abydos suggests that the city was already a place of great religious significance in the pre-dynastic period, long before the rise of the pharaohs. It was believed to be the burial place of Webwawet, the jackal god of the dead, who was closely associated with the king and the afterlife, guiding the souls of the deceased. The association with Webwawet, combined with the presence of royal tombs, made Abydos a powerful symbol of death and resurrection, a place where the pharaohs could transition to the afterlife and join the company of the gods, ensuring their eternal life and divine status. As Egypt entered the early dynastic period, around 3000 to 2686 BC, Abydos continued to flourish as a necropolis and a centre of religious activity. However, it was during this time that a new cult began to emerge in Abydos, one that would eventually overshadow all others, the cult of Osiris. The origins of Osiris are shrouded in mystery, but he is typically depicted as a mummified king, often with green skin symbolizing rebirth, wearing the Atef crown and holding the crook and flail, symbols of kingship and fertility. According to Egyptian mythology, Osiris was a benevolent king who ruled Egypt with his wife Isis. He taught the Egyptians agriculture, law and civilization, but was murdered by his jealous brother, Set. Osiris's death and resurrection became a central myth in Egyptian religion, symbolizing the cycle of life, death and rebirth. His story resonated deeply with the Egyptians, who saw in Osiris a promise of eternal life after death. As the cult of Osiris spread throughout Egypt, Abydos became one of the most important pilgrimage sites in the country, attracting countless devotees. Egyptians from all walks of life flocked to Abydos, hoping to be buried near the god Osiris, or at least to have their names inscribed on stelae or other monuments erected in the sacred precinct. They believed that proximity to Osiris would increase their chances of a favorable judgment in the afterlife. Pilgrims would offer prayers, sacrifices, and votive offerings to Osiris, hoping to gain his favor and ensure their resurrection. The pilgrimage to Abydos was a journey of faith, a chance to connect with the divine and seek solace in the face of death. The spiritual atmosphere of Abydos provided comfort to many. The influx of pilgrims to Abydos had a profound impact on the city. Temples and shrines were built to accommodate the growing number of worshippers. Cenotaphs, symbolic tombs that did not contain the body of the deceased, were constructed by wealthy Egyptians who could not afford to be buried at Abydos but wanted to be symbolically linked to the god. Abydos became a bustling center of religious activity, its streets thronged with priests, pilgrims, and merchants. The pilgrimage to Abydos was more than just a religious duty. It was also an opportunity for social and economic exchange. People from different parts of Egypt would converge on Abydos, bringing with them their customs, beliefs, and goods. The city became a melting pot of Egyptian culture, a place where ideas were shared and traditions were transmitted, enriching the cultural tapestry of Egypt. In ancient Egypt, the concept of eternity was not just a distant dream, but a tangible reality. The Egyptians built their homes, not just for the living, but also for the afterlife. They believed that the soul would continue to live on, needing a place to reside. Tombs were constructed with meticulous care, designed to last forever. These structures were more than just resting places. They were eternal homes for the departed. The walls were adorned with scenes of daily life, ensuring that the deceased could continue their existence in the afterlife. The belief in an eternal house was deeply rooted in their culture. Every detail, from the architecture to the inscriptions, was meant to provide comfort and security for the soul's journey beyond death. This profound connection between life and death, between the temporal and the eternal, is what made ancient Egyptian civilization so unique and enduring. Their houses for eternity stand as a testament to their unwavering faith in the afterlife. The stones of Abydos tell a story that spans millennia. Each carving, each inscription is a testament to the lives and beliefs of the ancient Egyptians. It's fascinating to think about how these stones have witnessed the ebb and flow of history, standing silent yet eloquent in their endurance. At Abydos, the gods were honored with grand temples and intricate rituals. The ancient Egyptians believed that Abydos was the gateway to the afterlife, a sacred place where they could connect with the divine. The devotion and reverence shown here reflect a deep spiritual connection that transcended daily life. Beyond the famous temples, Abydos is home to numerous other monuments that add to its rich tapestry. From lesser-known chapels to ancient tombs, each structure contributes to the overall significance of this sacred city. These monuments, though perhaps not as renowned, are equally important in understanding the full scope of Abydos's historical and cultural landscape. The legacy of Abydos is not just in its ancient stones, but in the wealth of knowledge it has provided to modern archaeology. Each discovery here has helped piece together the complex puzzle of Egypt's past. The significance of Abydos continues to grow as new findings shed light on the lives and beliefs of those who once walked these grounds. In many ways, the story of Abydos is still being written, one artifact at a time. Death in ancient Egypt was not an end, but a transition, a pause before embarking on a perpetual journey to the afterlife. This belief fueled the practice of mummification, a complex and sacred ritual designed to preserve the physical body for the soul's eternal existence. The Egyptians believed that the soul, or Ka, needed a physical form to inhabit in the afterlife. Mummification, therefore, was not merely about preserving the deceased, but about ensuring their successful transition and journey in the next world. This meticulous process transformed the deceased into an eternal being, ready to face the challenges and rewards of the afterlife. Imagine the hustle and bustle of ancient Egypt. The hot desert sun beats down on the land. The Nile River flows serenely, its banks teeming with life. Amidst this vibrant backdrop, a death has occurred, casting a somber shadow over the community. Yet there is no despair, only a quiet acceptance of the next stage of existence. For the Egyptians, death was simply a transition, a doorway to another realm. And to navigate this passage successfully, one needed the proper preparation, mummification. The Egyptians were deeply spiritual people. Their lives revolved around the cycles of nature and the promise of life after death. Central to this belief was the concept of the Ka, the spiritual essence or soul of an individual. This Ka played a vital role in the afterlife. It was believed to journey to the underworld, face judgment, and ultimately, if deemed worthy, achieve eternal life. But for the Ka to survive, it needed a vessel, a physical form to return to. Hence, the elaborate and highly ritualized process of mummification evolved. This intricate procedure, shrouded in mystery and steeped in symbolism, was not merely about preserving the body from decay. It was about preparing the deceased for an eternal voyage, ensuring that they had everything they needed to navigate the trials and tribulations of the underworld and emerge triumphant in the afterlife. The intricacies of mummification varied greatly depending on social status and wealth. Elaborate procedures reserved for the elite, like pharaohs and high-ranking officials, involved meticulous organ removal and preservation using expensive resins and perfumes. Commoners, however, received a more simplified version, often involving less intricate organ treatment and simpler wrappings. Interestingly, even animals held a place in the afterlife. Beloved pets and animals deemed sacred, like cats, were often mummified, their treatment reflecting the reverence they held in Egyptian society. Imagine the bustling workshops of the embalmers, the air thick with the scent of exotic spices and resins. Here, amidst glistening tools and linen bandages, the bodies of the deceased were received with utmost care and reverence. Yet, not all were treated equally. Ancient Egyptian society, much like our own, was stratified, with social standing playing a significant role in life and death. The pharaohs, considered divine rulers, received the most elaborate and costly mummification. Their bodies were meticulously prepared, organs carefully removed and placed in special containers called canopic jars, and the body cavities cleansed and filled with precious resins and perfumes. The process could take up to 70 days to complete, a testament to the importance placed on ensuring the pharaoh's successful transition to the afterlife. High-ranking officials and nobles also received elaborate mummifications, though not as opulent as the pharaohs. Their wealth and status afforded them the luxury of skilled embalmers and finer materials. Commoners, on the other hand, received a more simplified version. While their bodies were still treated with respect and care, the process was less intricate, and the materials used were more readily available. Sometimes a single treatment was applied to multiple mummies to reduce costs. The mummification process, a closely guarded secret of the embalmers, was a marvel of ancient science and ritual. It began with the purification of the body. The deceased was washed with water from the sacred Nile River, a symbolic act cleansing the body and spirit for the journey ahead. Next, the internal organs, believed to be susceptible to decay, were removed. This delicate procedure, performed with specialized tools, involved extracting the lungs, liver, stomach, and intestines. Only the heart, the seat of intelligence and emotion, was left intact, for it would be needed in the afterlife during the weighing of the heart ceremony. The removal of the organs marked a critical stage in the mummification process. It was not a haphazard or purely practical procedure, but a deeply symbolic act. The Egyptians believed that the body needed to be as intact as possible for the afterlife, but they also recognized the problem of decomposition. Thus, they developed a system where the organs, most prone to decay, were removed and preserved separately, ensuring that a vital part of the individual remained intact for their journey to the afterlife. Once removed, the organs were thoroughly cleansed and treated with natron, a naturally occurring salt mixture found in the desert which acted as a desiccant, drawing out moisture and preventing decay. This process was crucial, as it ensured the long-term preservation of the organs. After drying, the organs were wrapped in linen and placed in special containers known as canopic jars, which were then placed within the tomb alongside the mummy. Section 4. Safeguarding the Essence. Canopic Jars and the Four Sons of Horus. The canopic jars were more than just containers. They were intricate works of art imbued with religious significance. Each jar was adorned with the head of a deity, each representing one of the four sons of Horus, the falcon-headed god of kingship. These sons, Imseti, Hapi, Duamutef, and Kebesenuef, were tasked with protecting specific organs. Imseti, with a human head, guarded the liver. Hapi, with the head of a baboon, protected the lungs. Duamutef, characterized by the head of a jackal, watched over the stomach, and Kebesenuef, with the head of a falcon, safeguarded the intestines. The placement of the organs within these specific jars, each protected by a son of Horus, highlights the Egyptians' belief in the interconnectedness of the physical and spiritual realms. Every step of the mummification process was imbued with symbolism, each action carefully orchestrated to ensure the deceased's well-being in the afterlife. The sons of Horus, through their protective roles, served as intermediaries between the world of the living and the dead, guiding and safeguarding the deceased's organs on their journey to eternity. These beautifully crafted jars, often made of alabaster or limestone, were more than just containers. They were seen as miniature sarcophagi, protecting vital parts of the deceased for eternity. Their presence within the tomb underscored the belief that the body in its entirety played a crucial role in the afterlife. The care and artistry lavished upon these jars are a testament to the Egyptians' deep respect for the dead and their commitment to ensuring a smooth transition to the afterlife. The power of natron, drying for eternity. With the organs removed and placed in their respective canopic jars, the next stage of the mummification process focused on dehydrating the body. This was crucial to prevent decomposition. The Egyptians used natron, a naturally occurring salt mixture found in abundance in the desert, for this purpose. The body, covered in natron packs, was laid on a slanted table, allowing fluids to drain away. Natron, a desiccant, played a vital role in mummification. It acted like a sponge, drawing out all the moisture from the body, effectively halting the process of decomposition. This natural salt, readily available in the Egyptian desert, became synonymous with preservation, its use extending beyond mummification to preserving food and other perishable goods. For about 40 days, the body remained immersed in this natron bath, slowly drying and becoming resistant to decay. The embalmers, skilled in their craft, regularly checked the progress, ensuring the body was dehydrating properly. This period of drying was crucial, as it transformed the body from a perishable vessel into a lasting symbol of eternal life. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more fascinating historical explorations. Ancient Egypt, a civilization that has fascinated historians, archaeologists, and the general public for centuries. The land of pharaohs and pyramids, a place where the sands of time have preserved the grandeur of a bygone era, a place full of mystery and wonder. The ancient ruins whisper tales of gods and kings, of life and death. But behind the giant monuments and strange hieroglyphs, ancient Egypt had a vibrant musical tradition. Music was an integral part of their daily lives. Music was everywhere in this ancient civilization, from simple homes to grand temples. It was a universal language that transcended social classes. Imagine the sun rising over the Nile River, shining on the fields, the gentle hum of the river, the rustling of the reeds, and the distant sound of a flute. Farmers work in their fields, singing ancient songs. These songs were not just for entertainment. They were a way to pass down stories and traditions. In the busy marketplace, musicians play happy tunes, and their music mixes with the sounds of people buying and selling. The marketplace was a hub of activity, and music added to its vibrancy. Inside the temples, priests performed rituals, singing hymns and playing sacred instruments. These rituals were believed to connect them with the divine. Music wasn't just art in ancient Egypt, it was a big part of their lives. It was woven into the fabric of their society. It showed their happiness and sadness, their beliefs and hopes. Music was a reflection of their emotions and their worldview. It connected them to their gods and celebrated life and death. Music was a bridge between the mortal and the divine. Join us as we travel back in time to explore the music of ancient Egypt. We'll delve into the sounds that echoed through the temples and marketplaces. We'll discover their instruments and learn about their musical traditions. From the simple reed flutes to the elaborate harps, each instrument had its own story. This picture shows us the musical culture of ancient Egypt. The wall paintings are a testament to the importance of music in their society. We see musicians playing harps, their fingers deftly plucking the strings to create melodies that have been lost to time. Flutes, their breath giving life to the music, and drums, the heartbeat of their songs. They look skilled and passionate. Their expressions show a deep connection to their craft. This scene reminds us that music was important to them. It was present in their celebrations, their rituals, and their daily lives. It brought them joy, comfort, and a connection to their gods. Music was the soul of ancient Egypt, a timeless echo of a civilization that continues to captivate us. Music wasn't just for rich people or religious ceremonies in ancient Egypt. Everyone enjoyed music. It was a universal language that transcended social classes and was deeply embedded in the fabric of their daily lives. From the grand palaces of the pharaohs to the humble homes of the common folk, music resonated through the air, bringing joy and solace to all who heard it. It was part of everyday life and all kinds of activities. Whether people were working, relaxing, or celebrating, music was always present. It was as essential to their lives as the Nile River, providing a rhythm to their daily routines and marking the passage of time with its melodies. From working in the fields to celebrating at festivals, music was always there. Farmers would sing as they sowed and harvested their crops, their songs echoing across the fertile lands. These melodies not only made the hard work more bearable, but also synchronized their efforts, making the labor more efficient and harmonious. Think about the hard work of building the pyramids, those huge monuments that we still marvel at today. The construction of these colossal structures required immense physical effort and coordination. Music played a crucial role in this process, helping to maintain the workers' morale and keep them in sync. The work was tough, but the workers sang together. Their voices, rising in unison, created a powerful sense of camaraderie and shared purpose. These songs were not just about passing the time, they were a vital part of the work itself, providing a steady rhythm for the labourers to follow. Their voices, rising and falling, gave them a sense of unity and purpose. The melodies and rhythms helped to coordinate their movements, ensuring that each stone was placed with precision and care. This musical collaboration was a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of the ancient Egyptians. These work songs, passed down from parents to children, helped them work together and kept them going. They were a living tradition, a way of preserving the knowledge and skills of previous generations. Through these songs, the wisdom of the past was carried forward, ensuring that each new generation was equipped to face the challenges of their time. In the busy marketplaces where people sold things and met friends, music created a lively atmosphere. The sounds of merchants calling out their wares, the chatter of customers and the melodies of street musicians blended together to create a vibrant and dynamic soundscape. Musicians, both good and not so good, played their instruments, filling the air with music that attracted crowds. These performers were an integral part of the market experience, drawing people in with their tunes and adding to the overall energy and excitement of the place. Drums, flutes and harps all played together, making the marketplace a fun and exciting place. Each instrument added its own unique flavour to the mix, creating a rich tapestry of sound that reflected the diversity and creativity of ancient Egyptian culture. Festivals and celebrations always had music in ancient Egypt. These events were a time for the community to come together, to celebrate their achievements and to honour their gods. Music was at the heart of these gatherings, providing a soundtrack for the festivities and enhancing the sense of joy and togetherness. These happy events, often celebrating the harvest or honouring their gods, were full of music and dancing. The rhythms of the drums and the melodies of the flute set the pace for the dancers, who moved with grace and exuberance. These celebrations were a testament to the vitality and spirit of the ancient Egyptians. Imagine a festival for Hathor, the goddess of love, music and joy. The streets would be filled with people, all dressed in their finest clothes, ready to celebrate and give thanks. The air would be alive with the sounds of music and laughter as people danced and sang in honour of the goddess. The air would be filled with the smell of incense, and the streets would be crowded with people in colourful clothes, dancing to the music. The vibrant colours and the joyful sounds created an atmosphere of celebration and reverence, a perfect reflection of the ancient Egyptians' love for life and their deep connection to their gods. Whether it was the singing of workers, the music in the marketplace, or the happy melodies of festivals, music was always with the ancient Egyptians. It was a constant presence, a source of comfort and joy that accompanied them through all the ups and downs of life. It comforted them when times were hard, made their happy times even better, and connected them to the world around them. Music was a bridge between the human and the divine, a way of expressing their deepest emotions and their highest aspirations. This picture from a tomb shows us a party in ancient Egypt. The scene is filled with life and energy, capturing a moment of joy and celebration that has been preserved for thousands of years. We see musicians entertaining guests. Their presence at the party highlights the importance of music in social gatherings, providing entertainment and enhancing the overall experience for everyone involved. The details of their instruments, how they sit, and even their faces show us how important music was to their parties. These images give us a glimpse into the past, revealing the central role that music played in the lives of the ancient Egyptians, from the grandest festivals to the most intimate gatherings. Ancient Egyptians didn't just see music as entertainment, it was woven into the very fabric of their daily lives and spiritual practices. It was very important to their religion, serving as a bridge between the mortal and the divine. They believed music connected them to their gods, creating a sacred soundscape that facilitated communication with the divine. They even believed some gods created music, attributing the origins of melodies and rhythms to divine inspiration. Hathor, the cow goddess, was connected to music, dance and joy. She was often depicted with a sistrum, a musical instrument that symbolized her role as a goddess of music. They believed her music was magical and could make both gods and people happy, bringing joy and harmony to the world. Bes, the dwarf god, often shown with a mask and a musical instrument, protected homes and was a patron of music and dance. His presence was believed to ward off evil spirits and bring good fortune. These gods show us how important music was to their religion, as it was intertwined with their beliefs and daily practices. Temples were filled with music, especially during religious ceremonies. The sound of instruments and chanting created an atmosphere of reverence and devotion. Priests, who were often skilled musicians, played music to honor the gods, ask for their help, and keep them happy. Their musical performances were seen as offerings, a way to gain favor and ensure the gods' blessings. The sistrum, a kind of rattle, was often played by goddesses. Its distinctive sound was believed to have protective qualities. They believed its shaking sound kept away evil and brought divine protection, creating a sacred space free from negative influences. Playing music was a sacred duty, a way to talk to the gods and keep the world in balance. It was an essential part of their religious rituals and ceremonies. Musicians, especially those in temples, were important people. They were highly respected and their skills were considered divine gifts. Their skills were seen as gifts from the gods, and their music was a way to honor these divine gifts. Their music wasn't just entertainment, it was a way to pray and offer gifts to the heavens. Each note and rhythm was a form of worship, a way to connect with the divine. The importance of music in ancient Egyptian religion reminds us of the power of music. It was a tool for spiritual connection, a means to express faith, and a way to find comfort in the mysteries of life. It can connect us to something bigger than ourselves, transcending the mundane and touching the divine. Their beliefs, though different from ours, show us how music has always been used to express faith, find comfort, and celebrate the mysteries of the universe. The melodies and rhythms of ancient Egypt continue to echo through time, reminding us of the timeless connection between music and spirituality. This beautiful sistrum, with its carvings and sacred pictures, shows us how much they respected their instruments. Each instrument was not just a tool, but a sacred object imbued with spiritual significance. The shaking of this instrument inside a temple would have created a feeling of awe and reverence, connecting people to their gods. The sound resonated through the sacred halls, a reminder of the divine presence in their lives. The ancient Egyptians created a civilization that thrived for millennia. This civilization was built on the fertile banks of the Nile River. The Nile's annual floods brought life-giving silt to the land. This allowed the Egyptians to cultivate crops and produce surplus agricultural goods. From the bustling marketplaces of their cities to the far reaches of the known world, the Egyptians were active traders. They exchanged goods, ideas, and culture with their neighbors. Their pharaohs, considered divine rulers, invested in expeditions to distant lands. These expeditions sought valuable resources like gold, timber, and exotic animals. Join us as we delve into the world of ancient Egyptian trade. It takes us from the sun-drenched banks of the Nile to the distant shores of Africa and the Near East. In the heart of every ancient Egyptian city lay the marketplace, a vibrant hub of activity from dawn till dusk. Here, locals and foreigners alike converged to barter for their daily needs and exotic luxuries. The air was filled with the aroma of spices, the sound of haggling, and the sight of colourful textiles. Farmers brought their bountiful harvests of grain, fruits, and vegetables. Fishermen displayed their catches of the day from the Nile. Artisans proudly presented their crafts, pottery, jewellery, and furniture. The Egyptians developed a system to standardize trade. There was a unit of value based on the weight of copper. It served as a common denominator for comparing the value of different goods and services. The marketplace was not just an economic centre but also a social hub. Festivals and religious celebrations often took place in the marketplace, adding to the lively atmosphere. The Nile River, the lifeblood of Egypt, was also its main artery of trade. Boats laden with goods sailed up and down its length. They connected the northern delta region to the southern reaches of the kingdom. But the Egyptians were not content to limit themselves to the Nile Valley. They ventured beyond their borders, establishing trade routes across land and sea that stretched as far as the Arabian Peninsula, the Levant and even Mesopotamia. Overland trade routes, often arduous journeys by donkey caravan, crossed the eastern desert to reach the Red Sea. Here Egyptian ships embarked on voyages to the land of Punt. Punt, believed to be located in present-day Somalia, was a source of exotic goods highly prized by the Egyptians: incense, ebony, ivory, gold, and even live baboons. These international trade routes were not without their dangers, yet the lure of profit and the desire for exotic goods fueled the Egyptians' adventurous spirit, making them adept sailors and shrewd traders. The Old Kingdom period, around 2686 to 2181 BCE, marked the emergence of a powerful centralized state in Egypt. During this era, the pharaohs consolidated their power and embarked on ambitious building projects, most notably the pyramids of Giza. These monumental structures stand as a testament to the pharaoh's authority and the economic prosperity of the Old Kingdom. Trade played a crucial role in fueling this economic growth. The pharaohs controlled all aspects of trade. They sent expeditions to distant lands in search of valuable resources. Timber from the cedar forests of Lebanon was essential for constructing ships, temples, and tombs. Gold, mined in the Nubian desert to the south, became synonymous with the pharaoh's power and divinity. The Old Kingdom laid the foundation for Egypt's future economic dominance. It established the systems and networks that would allow subsequent dynasties to further expand trade and secure Egypt's place as a major power in the ancient world. The Middle Kingdom, around 2055 to 1650 BCE, witnessed a resurgence of Egyptian power after a period of political instability. The pharaohs of this era focused on expanding their influence southwards into Nubia. Nubia, a region rich in gold, became a primary target for Egyptian expeditions. Gold played a central role in the Egyptian economy and belief system. It was considered the flesh of the gods, and possessing it was a sign of divine favour. The Egyptians established trading posts and fortresses along the Nile to secure their access to Nubian gold mines. They also developed sophisticated mining techniques to extract the precious metal from the earth. Nubian gold fueled the Middle Kingdom's prosperity. However, the Egyptians' desire for Nubian gold also led to conflict. These campaigns were costly and bloody, but they ultimately secured Egypt's dominance over Nubia and its valuable resources. The New Kingdom, around 1550 to 1069 BCE, marked the zenith of Egyptian power and prosperity. During this era, the Egyptian Empire reached its greatest territorial extent, stretching from Nubia in the south to Syria in the north. This expansion brought immense wealth and luxury goods into Egypt, transforming its culture and economy. The pharaohs of the New Kingdom launched ambitious military campaigns. These campaigns brought vast territories under Egyptian control and opened up new trade routes. Egyptian armies returned from their conquests laden with booty, gold, silver, precious stones, exotic animals, and even slaves. Trade with distant lands flourished during the New Kingdom. Egyptian ships sailed the Mediterranean, reaching the shores of Greece, Anatolia, and the Levant. These exotic goods became status symbols among the Egyptian elite, further stimulating trade and cultural exchange. The New Kingdom was an era of unprecedented wealth and luxury in ancient Egypt. The ancient Egyptians were renowned for their ambitious engineering projects, and the Canal of the Pharaohs stands as a testament to their ingenuity and determination. This ambitious waterway, also known as the Canal of the Seas, was an attempt to connect the Nile River to the Red Sea, creating a direct trade route between Egypt and the east. The first attempt to construct the canal is credited to Pharaoh Senusret III of the 12th dynasty, around 1878 to 1839 BCE. However, it was Pharaoh Necho II of the 26th dynasty, around 610 to 595 BCE, who is often associated with the canal's completion. The canal was a remarkable feat of engineering for its time. It stretched for over 100 miles, linking the Nile River to the Bitter Lakes, which were then connected to the Red Sea. The canal facilitated trade and transportation between Egypt and the East. It allowed Egyptian ships to bypass the treacherous journey around the Sinai Peninsula, reducing travel time and risks. However, the canal was not without its challenges. Despite its intermittent use, the Canal of the Pharaohs stands as a testament to the ancient Egyptians' vision and engineering prowess. The once mighty Egyptian empire did not last forever. Political instability, internal strife, and the rise of new powers in the region gradually eroded Egyptian dominance. By the late period, around 747 to 332 BCE, Egypt was a shadow of its former self, its economy weakened, and its trade networks disrupted. The decline of Egyptian trade was due to a combination of factors. Internally, political instability and internal conflicts weakened the central government's control over trade routes and resources. The rise of independent kingdoms in Nubia further disrupted trade to the south. External pressures also played a role. The emergence of new powers, such as the Assyrians, Babylonians, and Persians, challenged Egyptian hegemony in the Near East. The decline of Egyptian trade had a profound impact on the empire's economy and society. The decline of Egyptian trade marked the end of an era. The story of ancient Egyptian trade is a testament to the ingenuity, resourcefulness, and ambition of this remarkable civilization. From the bustling marketplaces of their cities to the far reaches of the known world, the Egyptians were active traders. They exchanged goods, ideas, and culture with their neighbors. The legacy of ancient Egyptian trade is still felt today. The Egyptians developed complex systems of trade and diplomacy. They created innovative technologies for transportation and navigation. They established trade routes that connected distant lands and cultures. These innovations laid the groundwork for the development of international trade in the centuries that followed. Though the pharaohs and pyramids may be long gone, the spirit of trade that animated ancient Egypt continues to inspire us today. As we navigate the complexities of global trade in the 21st century, we can learn valuable lessons from the ancient Egyptians who mastered the art of trade and left an indelible mark on the world. The ancient Egyptians were masters of symbolism, and their clothing was no exception. Every garment, from the simplest loincloth to the most elaborate headdress, told a story. These stories spoke of social standing, religious beliefs, and even personal style. Join us on a journey through the sands of time as we uncover the fascinating world of ancient Egyptian fashion. From the bustling workshops of weavers to the dazzling courts of pharaohs, we'll explore how clothes were made, worn, and imbued with meaning. We'll see how linen, the fabric of ancient Egypt, was transformed from humble flax plants into garments fit for kings and queens. And we'll discover how jewellery, adorned with powerful symbols, served as both decoration and spiritual armour. This is the story of ancient Egyptian fashion, a tale woven into the very fabric of their civilization. It's a story of innovation, artistry, and the enduring power of clothing to express the human experience. So let us step back in time and delve into a world where garments were more than just clothes. They were statements of identity, status, and belief. The lifeblood of ancient Egyptian fashion flowed from a single remarkable plant, flax. From this humble source sprang linen, the fabric that clothed everyone from pharaohs to peasants. Cultivated along the fertile banks of the Nile, flax thrived in the Egyptian climate. Its long, sturdy fibres were ideal for spinning into thread, which was then woven into linen cloth. The production of linen was a labour-intensive process, often carried out by women. They would first harvest the flax by hand, then soak it in water to soften the fibres. Next, they would beat and comb the flax to separate the fibres, which were then spun into thread using a drop spindle. This thread was then woven into cloth on a loom, a process that required skill and patience. The quality of the linen varied depending on the fineness of the thread and the tightness of the weave. The finest linen reserved for the elite was incredibly soft and sheer, while coarser linen was used for everyday garments. Linen was perfectly suited to the hot Egyptian climate. Its lightweight, breathable nature helped people stay cool in the scorching sun. Moreover, linen's durability made it ideal for garments that would be worn and washed repeatedly. In a land where practicality and comfort were paramount, linen reigned supreme. In ancient Egypt, your clothing spoke volumes before you uttered a single word. Garments were not merely a matter of personal taste, they were powerful indicators of social standing. From the rough linen of slaves to the shimmering finery of pharaohs, clothing served as a visual shorthand for one's place in the intricate tapestry of Egyptian society. At the bottom of the social ladder, slaves and peasants wore the simplest of garments. Men typically donned a short kilt known as a shenti, which was a rectangular piece of linen wrapped around the hips and tied at the waist. Women wore a simple, straight dress called a calasiris, often made from coarse linen and held up by one or two straps. Nobles, on the other hand, enjoyed a far more luxurious wardrobe. Their linen was of a finer quality, often bleached to a brilliant white or dyed in vibrant hues. Men's kilts became longer and more elaborate, sometimes pleated or adorned with decorative panels. Women's calasiris were also more ornate, featuring intricate pleating, beading and even embroidery. At the pinnacle of Egyptian society stood the pharaoh, whose clothing was a dazzling display of wealth and power. Pharaohs donned the finest linen garments, often embellished with gold thread, precious stones, and intricate embroidery. Their regalia included elaborate headdresses, jewelled collars, and even leopard skins, a symbol of their divine status. Clothing in ancient Egypt was more than just fabric and thread. It was a language of power woven into the very fabric of their society. From the humblest peasant to the mighty pharaoh, each garment told a story of social standing and the intricate web of relationships that defined life in ancient Egypt. Jewellery in ancient Egypt was more than just decorative. It held significant cultural and spiritual meaning. Both men and women adorned themselves with a variety of pieces, from rings and bracelets to necklaces and earrings. Gold was the most prized material, believed to be the flesh of the gods. Precious stones like turquoise, lapis lazuli and carnelian were commonly used, each carrying its own symbolism and protective properties. The Egyptians believed that jewellery could protect them from evil spirits and bring good fortune. Amulets, often shaped like animals or symbols, were particularly popular for their supposed magical powers. Even in death, Egyptians were buried with their jewellery, ensuring they would be well equipped in the afterlife. The craftsmanship of these pieces was exquisite, showcasing the skill and artistry of ancient Egyptian jewellers. So, in essence, jewellery in ancient Egypt was a blend of beauty, belief and protection, deeply intertwined with their daily lives and spiritual practices. The royal attire of ancient Egypt was, well, nothing short of magnificent. Pharaohs and queens adorned themselves in the finest linens, often dyed in vibrant colours. Their garments were elaborately pleated and sometimes even embroidered with gold thread. Accessories were equally opulent. Crowns, headdresses, and an array of jewellery, including broad collars, bracelets and anklets, signified their divine status and immense wealth. These items were not just for show. They were symbols of power and protection, believed to have magical properties. Children in ancient Egypt typically wore simple clothing, often just a basic tunic or a loincloth. As they grew older, their attire became more elaborate, mirroring adult fashion. Adornments for children included small amulets and jewellery, believed to offer protection from harm and evil spirits. Interestingly, both boys and girls wore their hair in a distinctive sidelock, a style that denoted their youth. As with adults, the materials and designs of children's clothing and accessories varied according to their family's social status. Hairstyles in ancient Egypt were quite elaborate, often involving wigs made of human hair or plant fibres. Both men and women took great care in their appearance, using a variety of oils and perfumes to maintain their hair and skin. Makeup was essential, with kohl used to line the eyes, not just for beauty, but also to protect against the harsh sun. Footwear, on the other hand, was relatively simple. Most people went barefoot, but sandals made of papyrus or leather were worn by those who could afford them, especially during special occasions or ceremonies. The fashion of ancient Egypt has left an enduring legacy that continues to influence modern design. The elegance of their linen garments, the intricate jewellery and the symbolic use of colour and form have inspired countless designers over the centuries. Today, elements of Egyptian fashion can be seen in haute couture, jewellery design and even in everyday clothing. The timeless appeal of their aesthetic, rooted in both beauty and symbolism, ensures that the legacy of Egyptian fashion will never fade away. Deep in the annals of time, long before the pyramids pierced the sky, there existed a period shrouded in mystery and wonder. We journey back to the land of the Nile, thousands of years before the rise of the First Dynasty, to a time known as pre-dynastic Egypt. From roughly 6000 to 3150 BC, this era witnessed the birth of Egyptian civilization, a period of profound cultural and technological advancements. Imagine a land untouched by the grandeur of the later dynasties, a time when small villages dotted the Nile Valley. The Nile, the lifeblood of Egypt, played a pivotal role in shaping their destiny, providing fertile land for cultivation and a vital artery for trade and communication. Pre-dynastic Egypt, often overlooked in favour of its more illustrious successors, holds the key to understanding the very essence of ancient Egyptian civilization. It was during this formative period that many of the hallmarks of Egyptian culture first emerged, from their distinctive artistic styles to their complex religious beliefs. Their innovations in agriculture, their mastery of craft and their early forays into social organization laid the foundation for the rise of one of the most enduring and influential civilizations the world has ever known. The legacy of pre-dynastic Egypt is not merely confined to dusty artifacts and crumbling ruins. It is a testament to the enduring power of human ingenuity. From the humble farmers and artisans to the powerful chieftains who shaped the destiny of their people, we will uncover the stories that illuminate the dawn of Egyptian civilization. Our journey into pre-dynastic Egypt begins with the Badarian culture, a people who inhabited the fertile plains of Upper Egypt from around 4500 to 4000 BC. Named after the archaeological site of El Badari, where their remains were first unearthed, the Badarian people represent one of the earliest identifiable cultures in this ancient land. These were skilled farmers, cultivating crops such as wheat and barley along the banks of the Nile, their lives intertwined with the ebb and flow of the great river. Their pottery in particular stands as a testament to their artistic skills and technological prowess. The Badarian people are known for their distinctive black-topped pottery, a hallmark of their culture that has captivated archaeologists and art historians alike. These finely made vessels, often adorned with intricate incised decorations, were not merely utilitarian objects. They were expressions of artistry and craftsmanship. The black-topped finish, achieved through a meticulous process of firing and burnishing, created a striking contrast against the reddish-brown clay, showcasing their technical ingenuity. This trade, likely involving goods such as obsidian, precious stones, and perhaps even ideas, highlights their connection to the wider world and their role in shaping the cultural landscape of pre-dynastic Egypt. Life and death in the Badarian world offer us fascinating insights into their belief systems. They carefully buried their dead in shallow graves, often in a contracted position, accompanied by grave goods such as pottery vessels, cosmetic palettes, and personal ornaments. These offerings, intended to accompany the deceased into the afterlife, reflect their belief in a continued existence beyond the realm of the living. The presence of cosmetics suggests a desire to maintain one's appearance even in death, while the inclusion of food and drink points to a belief in the need for sustenance in the afterlife. These early expressions of social differentiation foreshadow the complex social structures that would characterize later Egyptian society. As we delve deeper into pre-dynastic Egypt, we encounter the Naqada culture, named after the modern city of Naqada, where their remains were first discovered. Flourishing from approximately 4000 to 3000 BC, the Naqada period witnessed a significant expansion in population, territory and cultural sophistication. The Naqada people, building upon the foundations laid by their predecessors, ushered in an era of unprecedented unity and prosperity. This increased interaction fostered cultural exchange and led to the development of a more homogeneous society, paving the way for the emergence of a unified Egyptian state. The Naqada period witnessed a remarkable flourishing of art and craftsmanship, evident in their exquisitely crafted pottery, intricate jewellery and elaborate cosmetics. Naqada pottery, distinct from its Badarian predecessor, featured a wider range of shapes and sizes, often adorned with elaborate painted decorations. These paintings offer a glimpse into their daily lives, depicting scenes of hunting, fishing, religious rituals, and even warfare. The discovery of copper tools and weapons signifies a shift towards more advanced technologies and the growing importance of warfare in their society. The seeds of complexity, social hierarchy and the rise of elites. As the Naqada culture flourished, so too did the complexities of their social structure. Evidence suggests a growing disparity in wealth and status, with an elite class emerging to dominate the social hierarchy. This is reflected in the increasingly elaborate burials of this period, with some individuals interred in large mud-brick tombs accompanied by a wealth of grave goods. This disparity in burial practices points to a growing social stratification and the emergence of a powerful ruling class who controlled resources and commanded authority. The seeds of complexity sown during the Naqada era would blossom into the sophisticated political and social structures that characterized ancient Egyptian civilization for centuries to come. Monuments in the making, early tombs and their significance. The sands of time whisper tales of ancient rituals and beliefs, and nowhere is this more evident than in the tombs of pre-dynastic Egypt. Unlike the shallow pit graves of the earlier Badarian period, Naqada tombs began to display a greater degree of architectural complexity. Constructed from mud brick, these tombs often featured multiple chambers, providing ample space for the deceased and their funerary offerings. The inclusion of personal belongings, pottery and food offerings within these tombs speaks volumes about their beliefs in the afterlife. These early tombs, therefore, serve as tangible expressions of their evolving cosmology and their reverence for the dead. Settlements of the soul, exploring pre-dynastic villages and homes. Beyond the realm of the dead, the settlements of the living provide further insights into the social fabric and daily lives of pre-dynastic Egyptians. Clustered along the banks of the Nile, these villages, often fortified for protection, served as hubs of agricultural activity and community life. Crafted from mud brick, the houses of this era, though simple in design, reveal a remarkable degree of practicality and resourcefulness. These settlements offer a glimpse into the social dynamics, economic activities and domestic routines that shaped the lives of these early Egyptians. The Nile, the lifeblood of Egypt, flowed through the heart of the land, shaping not only its geography but also its destiny. This mighty river, originating in the heart of Africa, carved its way northwards, dividing the land into two distinct regions, Upper and Lower Egypt. Upper Egypt, encompassing the narrow Nile Valley stretching from modern-day Aswan to Cairo, was a land of rugged cliffs, fertile floodplains and close proximity to the desert. Lower Egypt, in contrast, encompassed the sprawling Nile Delta, where the river fanned out into a network of channels before emptying into the Mediterranean Sea. Despite their geographical and cultural distinctions, Upper and Lower Egypt were inextricably linked by the Nile. This interconnectedness fostered cultural exchange and laid the groundwork for the eventual unification of the two lands under a single ruler. Upper Egypt, often referred to as Tashamau, meaning land of reeds or land of the south, was characterized by its rugged terrain and its reliance on the annual flooding of the Nile for agriculture. The rich black silt deposited by the receding floodwaters known as Kemet gave the land its fertility and earned Egypt its ancient name, Kemet, the Black Land. The people of Upper Egypt developed a deep reverence for the Nile, recognizing its life-giving properties and its central role in their cosmology. This artistic tradition, evident in their pottery, rock art and early forms of hieroglyphic writing, reflects their connection to their environment and their unique cultural identity. Lower Egypt, known as Tamehu, meaning land of the north, stood in stark contrast to its southern counterpart. The Nile Delta, a vast expanse of fertile land crisscrossed by a network of canals and lagoons, offered abundant resources and a more temperate climate. This region, open to the Mediterranean Sea, became a melting pot of cultures, influenced by trade and interactions with neighbouring civilizations. The people of Lower Egypt, surrounded by water, developed a close relationship with the sea and its bounty. The fertile lands of Lower Egypt supported a denser population compared to the south, leading to the development of larger settlements and more complex social structures. The abundance of resources and the opportunities for trade fostered economic prosperity and cultural exchange, making Lower Egypt a hub of innovation and artistic expression. Among the many artifacts unearthed from the sands of time, few hold the historical weight of the Narmer palette. This intricately carved stone slab, dating back to around 3100 BC, provides a tangible link between pre-dynastic Egypt and the dawn of the First Dynasty. On its surface, the palette depicts a king, widely believed to be Narmer, wearing the white crown of Upper Egypt and, in another scene, the red crown of Lower Egypt. This dual depiction is highly significant, suggesting Narmer's role in unifying the two lands under his rule, marking a pivotal moment in Egyptian history. Beyond its political implications, the Narmer palette offers valuable insights into the artistic conventions and religious beliefs of the time. The figures are depicted in a distinctive style, with exaggerated proportions and a profile view, a hallmark of Egyptian art that would endure for centuries. The presence of mythical creatures, such as intertwined serpents and a bull trampling its enemies, hints at the developing religious beliefs of the period, with animals playing a prominent role in their cosmology. This artifact, therefore, serves as a window into a pivotal moment in Egyptian history, capturing the essence of a society on the cusp of a new era. Pre-dynastic Egypt's ingenuity and resilience laid the groundwork for one of history's most enduring civilizations. From Badarian culture to Naqada societies, their innovations in agriculture, pottery and metalworking paved the way for the pharaohs. Their legacy is a testament to human creativity, shaping the course of history. Pre-dynastic Egypt, often shrouded in mystery, laid the foundation for a great civilization. From humble farmers to skilled artisans, their innovations echo through time. They transformed the landscape into a cradle of civilization. Their legacy is a testament to human ingenuity and resilience. As we marvel at ancient Egypt, remember those pioneers. The Nile River, a lifeline for ancient Egypt, flows past countless monuments to a glorious past. This river, stretching over 4,000 miles, has been the cradle of one of the most fascinating civilizations in human history. Its waters have nurtured the land, enabling the growth of crops and the rise of cities. Along its banks, stories of gods and pharaohs, of life and death, have been etched into the sands of time. The Nile is not just a river. It is a symbol of life, continuity, and the enduring spirit of Egypt. Among these, the Temple of Komombo stands unique. It is a testament to the ingenuity and spiritual depth of the ancient Egyptians. Built during the Ptolemaic dynasty, this temple is a marvel of architecture and religious symbolism. It is not just a place of worship, but a reflection of the duality that permeates Egyptian mythology and culture. The temple's unique structure and purpose set it apart from the myriad other temples that dot the Egyptian landscape. Located on a bend in the river, it is not dedicated to one god, but two. This dual dedication is rare and speaks volumes about the beliefs and practices of the time. The temple honors both Sobek, the crocodile god associated with fertility and military prowess, and Horus the Elder, the falcon-headed god of the sky and kingship. This duality is not just a quirk of design, but a profound statement about the balance of power and harmony in the universe. This duality is evident in its very design. The temple is perfectly symmetrical, with two identical entrances, two parallel hypostyle halls, and two sanctuaries. Each side is a mirror image of the other, reflecting the dual nature of the gods it honors. This architectural choice is not merely aesthetic, but deeply symbolic, representing the balance and harmony that was central to ancient Egyptian cosmology. The dual corridors and sanctuaries allow for simultaneous worship, a rare feature that underscores the temple's unique purpose. Two entrances, two hypostyle halls, two sanctuaries, all mirrored in perfect symmetry. This meticulous design is a marvel of ancient engineering and artistry. The symmetry extends to the smallest details, from the carvings on the walls to the layout of the columns. Each element is carefully crafted to maintain the balance and harmony that the temple embodies. This attention to detail is a testament to the skill and dedication of the ancient builders and artists who created this masterpiece. This architectural marvel offers a glimpse into the rich tapestry of ancient Egyptian beliefs. The walls are adorned with intricate carvings and hieroglyphs that tell stories of gods, kings, and everyday life. These inscriptions are not just decorative, but serve as a historical record, providing insights into the religious and social practices of the time. As you walk through the temple, you are transported back in time, experiencing the grandeur and mystery of ancient Egypt. The Temple of Kom-Ombo is not just a relic of the past. It is a living testament to the enduring legacy of one of the world's greatest civilizations. Construction of the temple began in the 2nd century BC during the Ptolemaic dynasty. These Greek rulers, descendants of Alexander the Great, embraced Egyptian traditions while leaving their own mark on the land. The Ptolemies were prolific builders, and Kom-Ombo stands as a testament to their ambition and their reverence for the ancient Egyptian gods. The temple's dual dedication reflects the importance of location. Sobek, the crocodile god, represented the fertile Nile and its life-giving waters. Horus the Elder, depicted with a falcon's head, symbolized protection and kingship. Together, these two deities embodied the delicate balance between the power of the Nile and the pharaoh's divine right to rule. The walls of Kom-Ombo are a treasure trove of hieroglyphs and reliefs, narrating tales of pharaohs, gods, and daily life in ancient Egypt. These intricate carvings provide invaluable insights into religious practices, astronomical observations, and even medical knowledge. One remarkable relief depicts a collection of surgical instruments, showcasing the advanced medical practices of the time. Sobek, the crocodile god, held a special place in the hearts of the people of Kom-Ombo. Crocodiles, revered as manifestations of the god, were mummified and interred in a nearby necropolis. Today, the Crocodile Museum at Kom-Ombo houses a fascinating collection of these mummified crocodiles, offering a glimpse into the ancient Egyptians' relationship with these powerful creatures. Like many ancient monuments, the Temple of Kom Ombo has not escaped the ravages of time. Centuries of exposure to the elements, coupled with earthquakes and human activity, have taken their toll. The once vibrant colours of the reliefs have faded, and some sections of the temple lie in ruins. Yet even in its weathered state, Kom Ombo retains an undeniable aura of grandeur. Efforts are underway to preserve this architectural masterpiece for future generations. Skilled artisans and archaeologists are painstakingly restoring damaged sections, using traditional techniques and modern technology. Their work ensures that the stories etched into the stones of Kom Ombo will continue to captivate visitors for years to come. The Temple of Kom Ombo stands as a testament to the enduring power of the Nile River. For the ancient Egyptians, the Nile was more than just a source of water. It was the very essence of life. The temple's location, perched on the banks of this sacred river, served as a constant reminder of the delicate balance between humanity and nature. As the sun sets over the Nile, casting long shadows across the temple's sandstone walls, one cannot help but be transported back in time. The golden hues of the setting sun blend seamlessly with the ancient stones, creating a mesmerizing tapestry of light and shadow. This is a moment where history and nature converge, offering a glimpse into the past. The Temple of Kom Ombo stands as a testament to the ingenuity and spirituality of ancient civilizations. As awe-struck tourists gaze upon its grandeur, they are often left speechless, overwhelmed by the sheer scale and beauty of this architectural marvel. The panoramic view at sunset is particularly breathtaking as the temple seems to glow with an ethereal light. Kom Ombo is a place where time seems to stand still. In the stillness of the evening, when the crowds have dispersed, the temple reveals its true essence. The wide-angle view showcases its timeless beauty, unmarred by the passage of centuries. It is in these quiet moments that one can truly appreciate the craftsmanship and devotion that went into its creation. The walls of Kom Ombo are adorned with intricate hieroglyphics and carvings, each telling a story of gods, kings, and rituals long forgotten. The ambient lighting within the temple adds a mystical quality, casting shadows that dance upon the ancient stones. It is a place where the echoes of ancient rituals and the whispers of forgotten gods linger in the air, creating an atmosphere that is both haunting and enchanting. As you walk through the temple, you are invited to unravel the mysteries of a bygone era. The close-up of the hieroglyphics reveals the meticulous detail and artistry of the ancient craftsman. Kom Ombo is not just a historical site, it is a journey through time, inviting us to connect with the past and marvel at the achievements of those who came before us. The Temple of Kom Ombo is more than just a collection of ancient stones. It stands as a testament to the grandeur and complexity of ancient Egyptian civilization. Nestled on the banks of the Nile, this unique temple is dedicated to two gods, Sobek, the crocodile god, and Horus, the falcon-headed god. This dual dedication is rare and adds a layer of intrigue to the site. The hieroglyphics etched into the walls are not merely decorative, they are a window into the soul of ancient Egypt. These intricate carvings tell stories of gods and pharaohs, of battles and rituals, offering us a glimpse into a world long past. As you walk through the temple, history comes alive. The guide's voice echoes through the ancient halls, recounting tales of the temple's construction and its significance. You can almost hear the whispers of the past, inviting you to delve deeper into the mysteries that lie within these ancient walls. The carvings of gods and goddesses are not just artistic expressions, They are invitations to explore the beliefs, values and aspirations of a civilization that flourished thousands of years ago. Each figure, each symbol, holds a story waiting to be uncovered. The panoramic views of the temple complex reveal the grandeur of its architecture. The ancient artifacts within the temple are relics of a bygone era, each one a piece of the puzzle that makes up the rich tapestry of ancient Egyptian history. A visit to Kom Ombo is a journey through time. As the sun rises and sets, casting its golden hues on the temple walls, you are reminded of the passage of time and the enduring legacy of human achievement. The time-lapse of visitors exploring the temple shows the continuous fascination it holds for people from all walks of life. The architectural features of Kom Ombo are a marvel to behold. The duality of the temple's twin deities, Sobek and Horus, is a unique aspect that sets it apart from other temples. This duality symbolizes the balance of power and harmony, a concept that was central to ancient Egyptian belief. As night falls, the temple takes on a different persona. Under a starry sky, illuminated by soft lights, Kom Ombo exudes a mystical aura. It is a reminder of the enduring power of human ingenuity and the timeless allure of ancient mysteries. The temple stands as a beacon of history, inviting us to explore, learn and be inspired by the wonders of the past.